All righty, I think we're live. Welcome to the first ever laser distractions. I think we just got a couple of people over there, but that's fine. I was going to be out here piddling around anyway, so let me first, because there might be some folks joining here later seeing this. Let me first thank everybody that has become a member of this YouTube channel and help support this channel. Between you and Home Tech Laser, that's what's making this whole live stream possible. So I want to thank y'all for doing that. And let me also just say a little bit about what this is going to be about. I've mentioned before in some other streams that I'm calling this laser distractions because it's just a good distraction for me to get out here in my shop, fiddle around, make some stuff, play with a new toy, and forget about all the world's problems and everything because there's so much stuff going on right now. So I thought this would be a good thing to do. Do it once a week. I'm out here piddling. Anybody wants to come join me, they're welcome. Like I said, it's more of a kind of like a private hangout, I guess, than a live stream show. But I think it's going to be fun. I've got a lot of cool stuff to show you. I've been out here playing around most of the day. But, let me kind of show you what I'm going to be doing tonight. This is the stuff I've been talking about. This is some of that stuff that I got I ordered it through Home Depot. It actually is made by Columbia Forest Products. I think they're in North Carolina, I believe, and they just drop ship it. But they cut it down to 12 inches by 19 inches. It's pretty decent looking little panel. It's just a 1/4 inch plywood, which actually measures about 0.200, I guess, something like that. But I got a bunch of this stuff, so that's what I've been using, and I'm quite pleased with it. It's actually working pretty good. So. I didn't even talk about what I'm going to be running. What I'm going to be making tonight, at least, I don't know how long we'll go tonight, but to start with, I purchased this 4-piece kit from American Photonics down in Florida. And it has, get this stuff out here. It comes with an 1.5 inch, a 2 inch, which is what I have on the machine right now, a 2.5 inch, and a 4 inch lens. It also comes with a little valve that you use on your airline if you want to be able to shut it off. This is the reverse alignment tool. We can talk about that later if we have time. But I thought what I would do tonight, it comes with this foam and stuff, but I thought, well, what I'm thinking I'll do is rather than just use this old raggedy cardboard box, for my first project, I'm going to use the online box maker at boxes.py, and I've already taken this foam out and measured the inside and done that, and that is also, but this is that website I was talking about. So I put in the information. Notice here, since I was measuring the foam, I left the outside right here unchecked, so it's going to do the inside dimensions. And then I've got all the other things here, and I have ran some test pieces. And it fit the other day, so I'm hoping it fits when I run one tonight. Here today. Let me pull in the program I've already got ready from that website. right here, you'll notice this, you see this red line, which is what I framed. That is my 12 by 19 blank. And as you can see, I can get the bottom, two short sides and one long side. I can't fit it all on there, but I can take this and turn those off after I get running those, and then run that last long piece. And then the top of what I'm going to use for a lid is just a rectangle piece, and I'm going to try to run that out of some drop. But I might have a piece big enough to run that. So let me turn these back on. This back on. And we'll go ahead and frame that. While that's running, I'll flip that back over. So that looks good. So we should be good to go here. Got the laser on, the exhaust running. Now, I don't know if you can hear it or not. That fan starts up kind of slow, and it's just now getting wound up. So let's start that again. And I'll switch it to this camera. We can, y'all can watch it cut as I look through the comments here. Mike's here. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you here. Okay, everybody's saying can hear you. Audio's okay. It's it will get better because I'm gonna buy some kind of I think I'm gonna try to get a little lapel mic that's either Bluetooth or something where I don't have any wires, because I just do too much walking around out here doing stuff like this. So yeah, Don said it looked like a Luan. Yeah, it's kind of similar. It's just got one core and a couple of thin veneers, but it's much better than the Luan plywood that you get really cheap. I was buying like a 2 foot by 4 foot piece from Lowe's for about $9, I think. And this stuff is much better quality than that. They kind of market this to laser people. This is kind of almost like the stuff you would buy from some of those laser supply places online. But I thought I would try it, and I went ahead and got 3 packs of it. And this is actually the last piece out of this pack. So I've gone through 10 of them so far, and I got 2 more over there. So it's going to go pretty quick, I think. Welcome, Larry. Glad you made it here. Appreciate you hanging out with us. How did, let me ask you guys this, because all this stuff is brand new to me as far as doing the channel memberships and, stuff like that. So did you guys have any trouble getting the notifications? That's kind of why I did a 5-minute intro thing. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of those, but I like to do them and just start the live at 8:25 instead of 8:30, because if I go ahead and hit it live 5 minutes early while that's playing, that gives YouTube time to get the notifications out. So just give me a clue here in the chat, if you would please, on how it worked with the notifications. Alan says, did you simply copy the image from the Box Gadget and paste it into Lightburn, or did you import a file? I can go, let me just go back to we take a look at this real quick. This is, and let me move your comment out of the way. Oh, I can't scroll from that. I have to go to this. But this is the settings for the box. And then when it comes down here, you see these two buttons where it says generate DXF. Well, I guess it just says generate. I'm telling it to do a DXF right here where the format is. And then it also says save to URL. If you click the save to URL, it will open up in another window the same thing. And then you can right click and tell it to print. And what I do is I just set my printer to save as a PDF. So that this is a PDF copy that I want it where I could pull it up here and then be able to share, do a share screen and show you what it's like. And then when you come back, you can just hit the generate and it generates the DXF file. So then I simply imported the, swapping around again, imported those DXF files right there straight into Lightburn and then just started putting the layers on them. Okay, I believe that is finished. There we go. Well, nope, it's not quite finished. I thought it was almost finished. I am really a super big fan of that that boxes.py because it's, I mean, that's what it's called, boxes.py, but it has a whole bunch of different projects. And it's not just projects, but it's where it's a I don't know what you call it, a program where you input the different sizes and, can set it up. And I've got something I'll show you here that I've used that for in just a little bit. I'll show that. This one back on. Now that I've run those, I'll turn those off. And bring this last piece up, and I've got a piece of drop here. Well, I could have sworn I had a big rubber band just inside there, but I don't see one, so. Okay, I did manage to find one. So hopefully I'll be able to get that stretched around. That's correct, Alan. I didn't have to scale anything because Lightburn, I run Lightburn setup in millimeters, and that's the way that program works on that online box generator. It's all does everything in millimeters. So I just bring it in and it's ready to put the layers on it and go. Okay, let's see. Let me get this question here. Don says, by sending the laser around the material, is that just so your material is in the cutting area are you forced to do that prior to each cut. You do not have to do it each time, but I've just gotten a habit of doing it because sometimes if you have just a, well, let me see if I can show you. If you just keep watching the screen here, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to turn off. I turned off that frame box. So if you look down in the lower left-hand corner where the nozzle is right now, now when I click frame, it's only going to go around what would be that one part that I just cut. If you watch it, see how it's not going all the way around where that big piece is? So that's what that frame is for. It's to make sure that you have it set correctly, that it's going to run everything, it's going to go where you expect it to go and not run off the material, or, that you don't have the material aligned. Now, if I turn that back on and click frame, you'll see that now it's going all the way back around the full blank like it was. Mr. Ballard's in the house. Good evening, Ryan. Glad you're here hanging out. Okay, Don. Okay, you got it now. All right, let's see if I can find a piece of job big enough. I think this one might work. That will work right there. Yeah, either one of these will work. So now let me switch to back to this one. Actually, okay, now Donna, you'll see I'm going to do it a little different now to show you how that frame works. Okay, so this is 7.4 this way, 10.4 this way. So I can see that it's going to fit, but if I don't use the frame on this one, which if you look close, it doesn't have it, it's going to have it like this. If I try to set it right here on this very point, that's where it's going to start. So I want to actually set the nozzle and the origin in just a little bit on this one. You'll see what I mean here when I get it on here. Okay, now these little pieces you see on the left, I'm just using those to butt up against the frame of that honeycomb to help me keep it square. It's not really critical because I'm cutting the thing out of a skeleton. There'll be a skeleton left over, so doesn't really matter. But just to help keep things square, I use those little pieces butted up against the frame. So I want to move this thing over just a little bit to the right. Right there is probably good. And now I'll hit origin again. And now I'm going to try to frame this one, and it will go just the size of the lid. But this could, Don, this can give you a good idea why it's a good idea to frame, because you can watch that and see that even though there's already holes in this blank, I know that I'm going to cut right where I need to for this lid. Now you can see with just that little bit of power, it doesn't have any problem cutting. Okay, this is our box, currently held together with a rubber band, but it is a perfect fit. Like I said, now we'll put this American Photonics logo on it. Frame it one more time here, see if it looks like it's cut right. Okay, that looks close enough. Camera since yeah, it looks pretty centered for just eyeballing it, but that'll be the cover that's going to go on that box. Let's see if I can hold it still. There we go. So that will go on that box there to keep those things. Anyway, thank y'all for hanging with me tonight. We will be back next week. Like I said, we'll do the Steve Good thing PDF to Lightburn and run whatever project it is that we do. We'll go through the whole thing and from start to finish and get that in there. So anyway, thank y'all for joining me tonight. Hope you come back next week and we'll do this again. Everybody have a great night. See y'all.